Hello everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. And today we are talking about Heliocare, and it's just a bit of an overview. You just click on. So just talking today, we just want to talk about, obviously introduce ourselves. We want to talk about the dangers of sun exposure and the importance of sun protection, a bit of an overview of SPF. And then I'm going to go through the different Heliocare products for sun protection, of which there are many, far more than I knew about. And then Rachel is going to go through the active ingredients in Heliocare for you and some questions that we've had as well. So my name is Dr. Helen White. I am a dentist. I co-own the aesthetic treatment rooms, just this one here with Rachel. We also have the aesthetic training rooms. So we do aesthetic training as well. And the clinic's been open for getting on to 3 years now. Still practicing dentist, been doing that for getting on to 20 years now. And then obviously I'm in partnership with Rachel as well.
Yeah, so my name's Rachel Davison. I'm a registered dental hygienist and dental therapist. As Helen said, we both co-own the aesthetic treatment rooms and the aesthetic training rooms. We've partnered with the DD group, so we provide a lot of webinars and things and a lot of training on their behalf. So today, obviously, we're going to go through the Heliocare range, but we're going to start off going through, obviously, the dangers of sun exposure. So sun damaged skin is actually quite a common problem. It faces problems for people of all ages. It happens with prolonged exposure to the sun's harmful UV rays. So they penetrate deep into the skin and cause damage to the cells. The effects of sun damage can range from mild dryness to discoloration, but it can have more severe conditions like wrinkles, fine lines, and even skin cancer. So let's look at some of the main issues. So UV radiation is a type of energy that's produced by the sun and other sources. UV radiation can be divided into subcategories. So we've got UVA and UVB. So these have different properties and effects on the skin. UVA and UVB are both named based upon their wavelength and frequency on the electromagnetic spectrum. UVA radiation's got a longer wavelength and a lower frequency than UVB. The A in UVA stands for aging, so it's primarily responsible for causing premature aging of the skin. UVB radiation's got a shorter wavelength but a higher frequency than UVA. The B in UVB stands for burn, so this type of radiation is responsible for causing sunburns. UVB radiation affects the skin's outer layer and it can cause damage to the DNA, which then in turn can lead to skin cancer. Now, both UVA and UVB radiation are harmful to the skin and can cause long-term damage, including premature aging and obviously, as I said before, increased risk of skin cancer. So let's look at sunburn first. It's a common condition and it occurs when the sun's exposed to too much UV radiation from other sources like sunbeds.
I just think that's going to be quite common from the last weekend. We've just had, I've seen a few people walking around with it.
Yeah, I bet there's a couple of years watching today with a little bit of sunburn. So it is characterized by red, it can be painful, and sometimes you can get blistering of the skin. Now, the severity of your sunburn depends on a few different factors. We're looking at different people's skin type, the amount of sun exposure, and the strength of the UV rays. So people with fair, blonde or red hair, blue or green eyes, like
such
me,
as Rachel.
Obviously at higher risk of sunburn. I have pasty ginger skin, so I cower from the sun often. So in addition to the pain and redness, it can also cause other symptoms like itching, peeling, swelling, and in some cases you can have fever, chills, nausea. And repeated sunburns over time can cause long-term damage to the skin, including, as we said before, premature aging, wrinkles, and an increased risk of skin cancer.
We don't want that.
Don't want that. No one wants that. So bearing that in mind, it's essential to make sure that you take preventative measures to make sure that you do avoid sunburn. The best way to prevent sunburn is obviously limit sun exposure, especially during the peak hours when the rays are at its strongest. So you're looking at like 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So it's basically the day.
Don't go outside. Cower underneath a sunbrolly.
Yes, it works for me. You want to be looking at wearing protective clothing, so hats, long sleeves, sunglasses, and make sure that you use a sunscreen with a high SPF rating. It's obviously crucial to reapply sunscreen every couple of hours, especially after swimming or sweating, which you do when it's hot.
Yeah, it's a bit warm.
If you do get sunburned, you want to be looking at taking steps to treat the skin. So you're looking at taking over the counter pain medication if it's sore, applying a cool compress and moisturizing the skin just to help prevent peeling. In severe cases, doctors could provide medication or recommend other treatments. Now let's look at photoaging. So this is known as sun-induced aging. It refers to premature aging of the skin caused by long-term sun exposure. This type of aging is different from natural aging, which occurs as a result of genetic factors or the passage of time, really.
Just sit in there, get in order.
Photoaging can cause a range of cosmetic and medical concerns like fine lines, wrinkles, pigmentation changes, and in some cases, skin cancer. Now, UV radiation damages the collagen and elastin, which are the two main important proteins which provide structure and elasticity of the skin. As a result, the skin becomes thinner, less elastic, and more prone to sagging. Additionally, the UV radiation can stimulate the production of melanin.
You always struggle over that one, don't you?
That's a hard word. It's a really hard word. Actually, there's quite a few hard words.
I've got to be honest. We've gone through this and stumbled over a few, haven't we?
Yeah. It could
like
be,
we're both as bad as each other.
Yeah, it could be quite amusing if nothing else. So melanin is responsible for skin pigmentation. So over the time, it can lead to uneven skin tone, dark spots, or other forms of hyperpigmentation. The best way to prevent photoaging is to protect the skin from the sun. As we said before, hide
from the sun.
Hide,
it's not good for you.
So in addition to preventative measures, there's also various treatments available to help reduce the signs of photoaging. You're looking at sort of topical retinoids, which can improve the skin's texture and tone, and cosmetic procedures like chemical peels, microdermabrasion, laser therapy. The best way to prevent photoaging is obviously perfecting yourself. Okay, or protecting yourself. So you want to be looking at obviously good skincare habits. So let's look at actinic keratosis.
Yes.
Well done, thank you. So this is basically rough scaly patches on the skin. It's caused by sun damage and it can be a precursor to skin cancer. It is a common skin condition. It's caused by prolonged exposure to UV radiation. It can be caused from obviously sunbathing, sunbeds. It's characterized by scaly rough patches or lesions on the skin. Now, most commonly found on sun-exposed areas like your face, scalp, ears, neck, hands. And it's found on the skin's, it's formed like on the skin's outermost layer. So the epidermis undergoes the changes due to the UV radiation, which causes damages to the skin's DNA, which can lead to mutations and abnormal growths of cells. So as a result, the skin will become thickened, rough, and scaly. Now, they're typically small, ranging from a few millimeters to a few centimeters in diameter. They could be pink, red, or brown. It could be flat or raised. Sometimes they could be itchy, and sometimes they can be tender. Now, although it's not cancerous, it can be considered as precancerous. So if left untreated, some lesions could become squamous cell carcinoma, which is a type of skin cancer. So it is important that if it is detected, it gets looked at and treated early. Treatments for this can include cryotherapy, which is basically freezing the area with liquid nitrogen. But you could be using chemical peels or photodynamic therapy. Prevention is obviously very important.
Back to cowering away from the sun.
Cover, hide. Just only leave the house in the winter. So regular exams might be needed by a dermatologist if somebody has had a history of a lot of sun exposure or previous skin cancer. Now let's look at skin cancers. UV radiation is one of the major risks for skin cancer. The three main types of skin cancer, we're looking at basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, and melanoma. Now, basal cell carcinoma is the most common type of skin cancer. This accounts for about 80% of all cases, and it develops in the basal cells. So these are located in the bottom of the epidermis, and it's often caused by long-term exposure to the sun's UV rays, and typically appears like a pearly, waxy bump on the skin. Squamous cell carcinoma is the second most common type of skin cancer. This accounts for about 16% of all cases. It develops in the squamous cells, which are located in the upper layer of the epidermis. Like basal cell carcinoma, the squamous cell carcinoma is often caused by long-term exposure to the sun, and it typically appears as a scaly or crusty growth on the skin. The least common is melanoma. This is the least common, but it is the most serious type of skin cancer. It develops in the melanocytes, which are the cells that produce the pigment in the skin. Now, melanoma can be caused by UV radiation and genetic factors, and it can appear as a new mole or a change in an existing mole. Melanoma can spread quickly to other parts of the body, so it is important that it's detected and treated early. UV radiation can cause damage to the DNA of the skin cells, which can cause mutations and potential cancerous growths. So if you do notice any changes in either your own skin or a patient's skin, it is important that you recommend that they get checked. Early detection of treatment of cancer, any sort of cancer, can increase the chances of a successful outcome. Then we're looking at hyperpigmentation. So this is quite a common skin condition. It occurs when the skin produces an excess amount of melanin, which is the pigment that gives skin its colour. So this can result in patches of skin that are darker than the surrounding skin, and it can affect any area of the face or body, so face, neck, arms, hands. There are several different types of hyperpigmentation. So we could be looking at post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. This can occur after an injury, so like a cut, a burn, quite commonly in acne breakouts. And it's more common in individuals with darker skin tones, and it can last for several months to years. Then we've got melasma. This occurs in patches on the face, usually on the cheeks, nose, forehead, upper lip, and it's more common in women, particularly hormonal women, so pregnant, people who are taking hormonal contraceptions, and it can be triggered by sun exposure. Then we've got age spots. So these are also known as liver spots. They're flat brown spots that typically occur on sun-exposed areas of the skin, so face, hands, arms. They're quite common in older individuals, and they can be caused by long-term sun exposure. Then we have freckles. So these are small, flat, round, like spots that are typically hereditary, more common in individuals with fair skin. And they are caused by an increase in melanin production in response to UV radiation. Dryness and dehydration. So exposure to the sun can cause the skin to become dry and dehydrated. It's because the UV radiation can damage the skin's natural barrier function, which helps to retain moisture and prevent water loss from the skin. Now, when the skin's barrier function is compromised, it can lead to increased water loss and a decrease in the skin's natural moisturising factors, which can then obviously result in dryness and dehydration. UV radiation can also cause inflammation in the skin, which can further impair the skin's barrier function and contribute towards dryness and dehydration. So sun exposure can increase activity of enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases, which break down collagen and elastin in the skin, which in turn obviously lead to a loss of firmness and elasticity. If you do experience dryness and dehydration after sun exposure, there's a few things that you can do. You're looking at obviously using a moisturizer. Make sure you've got one that contains things like hyaluronic acid, glycerin, and ceramides, because they can help hydrate and plump the skin. Additionally, you can use a gentle exfoliating product, which will help remove the dead skin cells, promote skin cell turnover, which can help improve the skin's texture and hydration. Although this will make your skin a little bit more photosensitive, so make sure
Also, don't do it when you've got the burn there. Let everything resolve first, otherwise that's going to be very uncomfortable.
That would hurt.
So let's talk about SPF. That's what we're all here for. So the easiest way to prevent all of these issues, it's still going to be protect yourself from the sun. As we've said, power away.
Yeah.
So if we look at the types of SPF, the two main ones we can look at are mineral sunscreen and chemical sunscreen. The main difference between them is the way that they protect the skin from UV radiation. So mineral sunscreens, also known as physical sunscreens, contain active ingredients such as titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, which work by physically blocking the UV rays from penetrating the skin. The ingredients form a protective barrier on the skin surface. They reflect the UV radiation away from the skin, so it prevents it from causing damage. Chemical sunscreens contain active ingredients such as avobenzone, oxybenzone, and octinoxate. It's another difficult one, which work by absorbing UV radiation and converting it into heat energy, which is released from the skin. The ingredients go through the skin surface and they're absorbed into the skin, and that's where they work to absorb the UV radiation and prevent it from causing damage. So the key difference between them is that one may be more suitable for certain skin types or activities. Mineral sunscreens are generally considered to be gentler and less irritating than chemical sunscreens. So they're good for people with sensitive skin or those who are prone to breakouts, and they tend to be more water resistant. So they're good for activities like swimming, water sports. Chemical sunscreens are lighter weight generally and easier to apply. The mineral sunscreens can sometimes leave that white or chalky residue on the skin, which we're all very aware of, aren't we? But the chemical sunscreens tend to provide broader spectrum protection against the UVA and UVB radiation, but that does vary depending on the specific ingredients used in the sunscreen. So what is PA+ rating? Because this is on our Heliocare products. It is an internationally recognised standard for measuring the level of protection a product provides against UVA. The PA ratings are established through the persistent pigment darkening test, which is carried out on human skin. It's the only UVA test done this way, and it is the test which has the closest correlation with SPF testing, where the amount and the product, the calculations are very similar. The test measures the skin's response to UVA, and that's then assessed against a grading system of PA+ to PA4+, with 4+ being the highest level of protection, which gives up to 16 times greater protection when the product is used. So how much SPF should you be using? So to get the full level of protection stated on the packaging, so the PA rating for UVA protection and the SPF level for the UVB protection, you need to apply 2 milligrams of product per centimetre squared of skin. So that's easy to work out, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
So that's roughly a finger length of product for the face. Applying less than this hugely affects the SPF protection that you're getting. And apply your sun product as the last product before you apply any makeup, making sure that you get right up in your hairline, around your eyes, and obviously don't poke it in your eyes. So put it on. No, it's not good. Makes your eyes water.
Yeah.
Apply on any exposed area. So the neck, the ears, back of hands are often forgotten and tend to get a lot of exposure in the sun and daylight. Heliocare recommend reapplying your sun protection every 2 to 3 hours during periods of intense sun exposure, after swimming, sweating, or toweling your skin. It can be tricky to reapply your sun protection during the day once you've put your makeup on top. They do have a colour compact from Heliocare, which is really easy then to do. See, solution for every problem. So Heliocare is made by Cantabria Labs. which is a dermatology company renowned for innovation and research. It provides the best daily defense against sun damage and premature skin aging, and each product is packed with intelligent ingredients that provide maximum broad spectrum protection against the sun's damaging rays and protect the skin from deep inside. All skin is unique. We know everybody's different, and they offer a large range of formulations.
Yeah.
A really big,
Very
much
large.
bigger range than we expected it to be. So there's something for everyone there. Visible light and infrared A have also shown to cause damage to the skin and lead to premature aging. Heliocare 360 contains a bioshield system that protects the skin against visible light, which is a bit like our own melanin, but more powerful, and it combats damage specifically caused by infrared A. So these are the Heliocare ranges. The 360 products contain a combination of mineral and non-mineral filters to absorb and scatter the sun's rays. The combination allows high levels of protection in a range of a lot of formulations. The mineral tolerance fluid is the only exception to this because it contains only mineral filters. The advanced formulation means it feels light and silky and leaves no residue on the skin, which is a common issue with a lot of mineral-only products. We also have the advanced, the colour, and the ultra ranges. So I've got 2 slides on the Heliocare 360 ranges. Let's go through those. So the 360 offers high-level broad spectrum protection against UVA, UVB, visible light, and infrared A. The oil-free gel, it's number 1 on the list, is a very light mattifying gel, and it's got a dry touch matte feel. It's a good choice for oily combination or spot-prone skin, and it gives your skin the best protection against the sun without breaking out, and that's suitable for Fitzpatrick skin types 1 to 4. All of these are slightly different. They're all like SPF 50, but they are all suitable for different types of skin, and they're suitable for different Fitzpatrick skin types as well. So I will mention that as we go through. If we move on to the fluid cream, this is a light cream. It's got an advanced hydration system, so it leaves your skin quite hydrated with a nice dewy finish. It's got a bit of a natural, subtle colour to the product, but it's not particularly a tint, but it helps to even out your skin tone. So it's really good for dry skin or more mature skin, or in the winter when your skin is a bit more parched. Then we've got water gel, which is an intensely hydrating water-based gel. It absorbs quickly into the skin with a barely there matte finish. So if you have a lot of skincare products, if you layer those or use a lot of makeup products, it works really well with that. It's got a hydration system which helps to retain hydration, but it also provides the skin with a barrier against pollution. Again, suitable for all skin types, even the more sensitive skin. It's got a clear finish, so it's really good choice for those with skin of colour, and it's a popular choice for men. We've got mineral tolerance fluid, which is the mineral only SPF, which absorbs quickly into the skin with a silky finish. It's fragrance free and it's tested on sensitive skin, and it dries completely clear. So again, it's good for those with skin of colour, as well as being a popular choice for men. And again, Fitzpatrick skin types 1 to 4. Then we've got pigment solution fluid. So it provides, again, we've got a high level of protection, but it's got a I'm catching yours now.
Depigmentation. I can say that one.
Depigmenting. It's not even, that wasn't even the right word. Which helps to lift and prevent hyperpigmentation. It combines niacinamide, which helps to prevent the transfer of melanin in skin cells, and ellagic acid, which helps to reduce melanin production. And again, suitable for Fitzpatrick skin types 1 to 4. It's got that subtle tint, and it is water and sweat resistant. We've got our age active fluid, which is a light hydrating fluid. We've got a triple anti-aging complex to help to prevent the visible signs of aging. So it's got a trio of hydrators to help to plump the skin and smooth lines, and it gives an additional soft focus complex to help to diffuse light and reduces the appearance of fine lines. It's always a bonus. Yeah. It's got a subtle tint, so it melts into the skin and it helps to even out the complexion. Again, suitable for Fitzpatrick's 1 to 4. It also features a sort of second skin appearance, which helps to lock in moisture, and it protects the skin from pollution. So it's a good all-rounder, that. Fitzpatrick's 1 to 4, and it's water and sweat resistant. And then last on this slide, we've got our invisible spray. So this is quite a large aerosol spray for use around the body. It absorbs quickly, it's invisible, it's non-oily, it's water resistant, and it's effective on wet skin. So as soon as you're out of the pool on your holidays, you can spray it on, and it works at any angle, always convenient. It's also sand resistant, so it doesn't come off, obviously, on sand. Then again, let's move on to our other slide for Heliocare 360. We've got our AK fluid, which is a light fluid for sensitive skin. So it's very high full spectrum protection with an exclusive combination of ingredients, excuse me, for the prevention and treatment of actinic keratosis and non-melanoma skin cancer, including powerful antioxidant and DNA protection and repair activity. But again, obviously, if anyone's asking you about this and you're unsure of any kind of lesions, straight to the doctor. We've got the Geno Repair Complex in there, which is a trio of DNA repair enzymes that work by activating the 3 mechanisms of DNA repair. They promote the repair of damage caused by the sun, which is paired with fern block, which we're going to talk a bit more about later on, which helps to provide high levels of antioxidant protection from within. It helps to normalize the skin barrier function, and it improves comfort for you and your skin's natural defenses against the environment. We've got our AR emulsion, which is designed for skin prone to redness and sensitive skin. It provides very high levels of broad spectrum protection against daylight and features an innovative anti-redness system to help to reduce and prevent redness. Now again, we've got Rachel's laughing because there's big words in there. So the anti-redness system combines Thisavi with Rosabora and glutathione. Sorry. Yeah, you heard. To help to restore the skin barrier, reduce redness, and soothe the skin. The silky fluid also contains a pigment, so it melts into the skin, but it also helps to unify the skin tone and blur any blemishes. Again, Fitzpatrick's 1 to 4. We've got our air gel, which is a light foam suitable for all skin types, and it's got a bit of a matte finish with it. Our pediatrics mineral, which is a light hydrating fluid. It's easy to apply and it leaves the skin feeling silky without any white residue. So it's suitable for sensitive skin and easy to use around sensitive eyes. Again, let's not put it in the eyes. It protects the skin from sun damage using mineral-only filters. So it strengthens and reinforces the skin barrier with niacinamide. It's for use on babies and children from 6 months old on the face and body. And again, it's sand resistant and very water resistant. We've also got the atopic lotion spray, which is the pediatrics version, which is a light hydrating fluid lotion for the body. Again, it's got a trigger spray, so it's easy to use. It's suitable for sensitive skin, and it's again used for babies and children for 6 months old plus, and this is for use on the body. Heliocare 360 also do oral supplements. So this is additional defense from the damaging effect of the UV radiation, the visible light, and the infrared A. The supplement has a fern block in. Again, I'm going to go on a bit more on that in a bit. Plus, it did additional skin boosting ingredients. So they're good for giving your skin extra protection when you need it more. So Heliocare suggests it for prolonged periods in the sun, or if you're working outside or exercising outside, or for skin that's really sensitive to the sun. So they do actually help to reduce polymorphic light eruptions, which is when people go a bit red and blotchy in the sun as well. They are gluten-free and vegan friendly. And our last one on here is the colour cushion, which is photo makeup for reapplication and retouching. So it's got sort of the benefits of a fluid photo protector in the convenience of the compact. So it's a single step to retouch your makeup and put your photo protection on. And again, we've got our fern block in it. If we move on to Heliocare Advanced, it's high protections of UV protection, and it's got a bit of a moisture boost. It's a fast absorbent formulation, and they are supercharged with our antioxidants, DNA repair enzymes, and protects the skin from deep within. The Advanced Gel has got SPF 50. It's a lightweight gel. It's for all skin types, and it absorbs with an invisible finish. We've got the Advanced Spray, again, all skin types, UVA and UVB protection. It's an easy to use spray on the body, and it absorbs quickly. And then we've got oral capsules as well. So these are for additional protection, just as the ones before. They've also got green tea extract, beta carotene, which breaks down to be vitamin A, and this is an essential nutrient. So both the green tea extract and vitamin A are antioxidants. And we've got our fern block, which we're going to talk about again in a minute. We've got our sort of additional free radical defense from within against the damage caused by the sun. And again, we've got that supplement to help to reduce the polymorphic light eruption as well. If we go on to Heliocare Colour, so this comes in 2 shades. We've got a light and a brown, and it provides sun protection and foundation in one. So it blends easily into your skin. It gives you a natural looking and dewy finish. It protects against UV and UVB with SPF 50. Again, we've got our fern block in it, DNA repair enzymes, and we've got our additional antioxidants, vitamin E and green tea extract. And you'll be pleased to hear we've got our Heliocare Ultra, which is our last slide on all of these. Where we've got our Ultra 90 gel, which is a light gel, which provides high level protection against sun damage. We've got our Ultra 90 cream, which is a hydrating cream that absorbs into the skin with an invisible finish, which is suitable. They're both suitable for all skin types. The cream is suitable for all skin types, especially dry skin. And then we've got our Ultra D capsules and our Ultra Oral capsules. So the only difference between these two is that the Ultra D have got vitamin D in them. It gives us additional free radical defense from within because of the damage to the skin. We've got our fern block, our vitamin D, skin boosting ingredients, and it's good for you.
Good for you. Perfect.
I'm going to pass you over to Rachel, who is going to tell you a bit more about the active ingredients.
So let's talk about this fern block.
I've mentioned it a couple of
You
times.
mentioned that,
One or
yeah?
two things.
So every Heliocare product contains fern block, as Helen's already mentioned.
Multiple times.
I like to just get that in there. So it's basically a powerful natural ingredient. It is unique to the Heliocare range, and it's the base active ingredient. So DNA repair enzymes, geno repair complex, a trio of DNA repair enzymes that work by activating the 3 mechanisms of DNA repair, so promoting the repair and damage caused by the sun. Photolysase, glycolysase, and endonuclease.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how did I end up with all those long words today?
I don't think you did.
Some sort of trickery. So this will prevent DNA damage, and it strengthens the natural skin repair mechanisms. Then we have antioxidants. So these help boost the health of the skin, including the green tea extract and vitamin C and E. So fern block, it's exclusive standardized extract of
This is a good one. Go on.
This is a really good one, right? So Polypodium leucotomos.
Yeah, sounds right to me. From
Sounds
my Latin
viable.
plant mob knowledge.
So this has got powerful protective, antioxidant and restorative action. It works both topically and orally. Its active ingredients act on all 4 types of radiation. So fern block technology, I don't know how I can say fern block wrong after all mentioned it 7 million times. So it arose by research from the Cantabria Labs group. So together with them and the team of Dr. Fitzpatrick at Harvard University. So they had the aim of developing a complete sun protection mechanism. And they demonstrated that it's not, this extract not only prevents immediate damage, but it also provides protection against like further damage from the negative effects such as DNA damage, skin cancer, skin aging, and loss of defense on sun allergies. So it'll repair DNA damage. It has antioxidant activity. It prevents the photoaging of pigmentation control, immune defense, and it also enhances the Heliocare sunscreen activity, So new clinical data show that Heliocare topical sunscreen offers significant advantages with respect to sunscreen containing the sun-only filters.
The sun-only filters?
Sun-only sun filters.
Okay.
So Firm Block's topical sunscreen can significantly increase the photoimmune protection activity formulation, so further reducing erythema, pigmentation, and it protects the DNA and Langerhans cells. So let's look at frequently asked questions. So is Heliocare vegan friendly? Yeah. Yes, it is. Are Heliocare products tested on animals?
So what Cantabria Lab say, they're in Spain, so they are the manufacturers of Heliocare, and they're dedicated to improving the health and lives of people worldwide. So they make sure that they comply with all of the safety standards, so it gives their customers confidence in using them. So they don't test their cosmetics on animals, and they never request that third parties carry out tests on their behalf. They are fully compliant, and they are keep up to date with I couldn't even get my words out then. They keep up to date with current European cosmetic product legislation, which prohibits animal testing with respect to its end products and to the raw materials and the ingredients used in their formulations. So they actually assess the safety of their cosmetic products through human volunteers and in labs, which is why they managed to keep them vegan friendly, as they don't use any animal components either. So Rachel,
yeah,
are these products reefer friendly?
Yes. This is something that's quite, like, it's grown quite a lot. A lot of people are a lot more aware of the damage that it's causing to, like, the coral reef and things like that. So there's in a few years there's a number of countries that are going to ban products called octinoxate and oxybenzone. So as I said, like, it's something that is over time growing in awareness. These are not ingredients that are used in the 360 products. It's not used in the ultra gel, ultra cream, or the Heliocare colour gel cream. So they are reef friendly. Helen?
Yes.
Can Heliocare be used on all skin colours and tones?
Heliocare, as you guys can see, has got a massive range of products. So there is a Heliocare product that can be used by a person of any skin colour and tone, a person of any gender, and can be included in any daily beauty or skincare routine. So they know that everyone can be compatible with at least one Heliocare product, and they want to actually help people find one for them as well. So, like, we've got the Heliocare 360 water gel, which can be suitable from Fitzpatrick's 1 to 6. Again, we've got dry and combination skin, and then we've got quite a few which are suitable up to Fitzpatrick skin type 4. The mineral tolerance, which we've spoken about, is suitable up to Fitzpatrick 5. The sort of colour-free gels tend to be suitable for people with lighter skin. And then we go back to, like, the invisible spray, which is suitable for people who are up to Fitzpatrick 6. But there is, as you guys have seen, there's a big range out there. So there's just a case of going through the ones that might be suitable for you and seeing kind of what's better for you. So why is Heliocare a minimum of SPF 50?
So SPF 50 is something that we always recommend anyway. When you're going on holiday, you want to obviously make sure that you're protecting your skin from the sun as much as possible. And your son.
Yeah, and your
my
son.
son, definitely. Although he's not as ginger as me. He tans.
That's good.
So what you want to do is obviously apply a higher SPF, so then you don't need to apply as much product. You don't need to reapply as regularly, although you do still need to apply the right amount, and you need to still apply it regularly. Make sure that you're using the one that's going to be best for you. So if you're going to be on the beach, there's obviously ones that are sand resistant. If you're going to be in and out of the pool, there's ones that are water resistant. There was actually, I can't remember which one it was, but there was actually a product that was SPF 100. So I think that's what I need.
Yeah.
That is definitely what I need. So it helps with other things. So like things like, does it protect against blue light?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. So it's part of the visible light spectrum. And so Heliocare 360 provides protection against the visible light spectrum, as well as the UV and the infrared A. Does the Heliocare products contain physical or chemical filters?
Both. So it actually has mineral and chemical filters in. There was one that's only got mineral. So was that the 360 mineral tolerance?
Yeah, that's only got
that's only got the minerals in, but I think all the other ones do have both.
But incidentally, that still doesn't give you the chalky residue, so it still actually sinks into your skin, which is quite good as well.
That's what you want.
So is it suitable for rosacea? So what the Heliocare recommend, you patch test to make sure that the product is suitable for your skin if you suffer with rosacea. But we know that sunlight can be a big trigger for rosacea. So using sun protection is going to help to protect the skin and prevent a flare up. The mineral tolerance, which we've just been talking about, and the water gel have both been tested on sensitive skin. So it might be beneficial if you guide your patients or yourself to one of those two. But what about if you have melasma?
So it sort of depends on what your skin tone is. You always want to choose a product that most suits your skin type. So I would always recommend that you're obviously going to look at the range, see what there is. You can use the oral capsules because they can reduce the severity of melasma. If you're going to be using that as well as sunscreen, you need to be obviously using the SPF. But you want to have a look at the Heliocare 360 range. So it doesn't only protect you from the UV, but also visible light and infrared as well. What about pregnant or breastfeeding?
So there's no known risks of using Heliocare topical products during pregnancy and breastfeeding, but don't take the capsules. So just stick to the topical ones. What age can we use Heliocare products from?
So the pediatric range says that you can use it from 6 months and above. The rest of them you can use from 3 years and upwards, but the capsules is 4 years and above.
I think really the guidance is as well, keep your babies powering out the sun with you.
Yeah, I look after all the babies.
So thank you so much for watching, everyone. We hope that you found it helpful. I'm just gonna stop my screen share and see kind of what questions that we've got. Can we re-watch it? Yes, that you can re-watch it. It will be put on YouTube, I believe. Shop Beautiful tend to post them all on their YouTube channel, don't they?
Yeah, always on the YouTube channel, and then we'll share them, and then we'll share them onto they will be on the Aesthetic Training Rooms page, and then from there I normally share them onto the Bio Repeal page.
What's the difference between the 360 and the advanced range? The 360 protects against the infrared and the blue light, as well as UVA and UVB. Does the fern block help with the patients who have the polymorphic light eruption? I can't remember which one was it. It's not the fern block that helps with it, but I can't remember the active ingredient that does help with it just off the top of my head there.
No, I can't remember either.
Is it true some of the ranges being discontinued? I'm not sure. Which is the best for skin type 6 with hyperpigmentation? I think it's just a case of going kind of back through. Let me just have a quick look. So for skin type Fitzpatrick 6, we've got the Heliocare 360 water gel and the 360 invisible spray. And those are kind of the two that are appropriate for Fitzpatrick 6s. Is the advanced range being phased out? I don't know, I'm afraid. But by all means, send them an email. They are quite helpful.
Yeah, they're nice. Yeah.
And see what goes. But if everyone's done, hopefully we've covered all of your questions there. And we will see you next time.
Yeah, but like I say, if you want to rewatch this, it is going to be on the Shop Beautiful YouTube page, or feel free to follow us, the Aesthetic Training Rooms, on both Facebook and Instagram. Facebook's probably going to be the easiest way to rewatch the video. So if you give us a follow on there, I will be posting the video onto our...
Well, it'll be on our website. I usually put them on the website as well, but it won't be as quick.
Yeah, yeah. You're probably looking at tomorrow. We'll have the video on.
Well, thanks very much, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We hope that you found it helpful, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.